Hello, and welcome to the Moonkin Raising Basics Cataclysm Edition. My name is Hani Nozuka, but you can call me Star. Most people do anyway. I will be your host for this expansion, and for the rest of the Moonkin Raising Basics in future. If you're all wondering where Fufi has gone, unfortunately, she's gone to the dark side. Yes, she's playing Resto. I know, right? I feel dirty just saying that. Anyway, on with the first video. In this first video, I'm going to be going over what you need to succeed in a raid setting, what hit you'll need, what you should be reforging into, and the general consensus of what you want to do to keep your gear in line. So let us begin. By now, if you haven't have noticed, there tends to be a big black dragon by the name of Deathwing flying around, destroying the world. I know, right? What a douchebag. Thankfully, however, with his presence comes access to several new zones, which allow us to level up to level 85 and kick his scaly butt. With access to these new zones, we also gain access to several raiding level enchants. The Guardians of Hyjal in, well, Mount Hyjal gives us access to our raiding helm enchant. However, luckily you only need to be revered to pick it up, which is a great plus. However, as for our shoulder enchant, you want to head on down to Deepholm, to the big lady herself, Lady Tharazane. While she may look like she's horrible in bed, she does give amazing shoulder, but only at Exalted, so you really have to woo her. Yes, I know. Bad joke. Anyway, knocking that out the way, let's dive right into the need to know, for those of you who want to raid. First up is the hit cap. Now let's get the numbers out of the way straight away. The amount of hit that we require at level 85 to be hit capped against raid level bosses is 1742, which equals out to roughly 17%. Now I admit, that does sound like a lot of hit that we need to get from our gear, but thankfully Blizzard has redesigned the balance of power talent so that now any spirit that is found in our gear, or from trinket procs, now automatically converts into hit. Next up is intellect. Yes, you did hear me correctly, intellect. You see, Blizzard decided to redesign the stats in Cataclysm, so while some were removed, some were made even better than they were before. Intellect for spellcasters not only gives us spell power, but it also gives us a small amount of crit, and it also increases the size of our mana pool. In short, intellect is our friend. Hug your intellect today, and never let it go. Haste has not changed in Cataclysm, however Insect Swarm and Moonfire have. The damage over time portion of these spells now scales dynamically with haste. This means that the more haste that you have, the quicker the dots will hit, and the more damage you will do. Because of this, we no longer have a soft cap for haste, and providing that you are hit capped, you really should be reforging any spare spirit into haste. Okay, that's the stats out of the way, so let's move on to gemming. For raiding, we're really only going to be worrying about 4 types of gem in Cataclysm. These are the pure intellect gems, the haste and intellect gems, the spirit and intellect gems, and the pure spirit gems. Now for the current rating tier, we're currently using Brilliant Inferno Rubies, which is 40 intellect, the Reckless Ember Topaz, which is 20 intellect, 20 haste, the Purified Demon's Eye, which is intellect and spirit, and the Sparkling Ocean Sapphire, which is a 40 spirit gem. Providing that you are hit capped naturally from gear, the only gems that you should be using is the Brilliant Inferno Ruby or the Reckless Ember Topaz, depending on the socket bonus. You should really only be using the other 2 gems when you need the spirit to be hit capped. As for meta gems, you'd be happy to know that come the next patch, we're going to be using a new meta gem. This meta gem is known as the Burning Shadow Spirit Diamond, which is a 54 intellect and increased 3% damage for critical strikes. You'll only need 3 red gems to activate this gem, which it kind of falls comfortably into our laps, and as such we can wave goodbye to the Chaotic Shadow Spirit Diamond. Just so you know, Moonkin should not be stealing cloth anymore. While it was incredibly fun to see the Clothy Scribe when we took their gear, the druid ability known as leather specialization just makes it so we shouldn't be wearing cloth anymore. We gain 5% more intellect from gear should all our pieces be made of leather, and as such no cloth upgrade could make up for that. Well, that's it for now. You can all stop messaging Foofy about the Moonkin raiding basics. You can go ahead and email me instead. Some of you already have been, and I welcome all your emails. Anyway, I hope you all are having an amazing 2011 so far, and if you want, you can check out my blog at dreamstatedoomkin at blogspot.com. Until next time, don't roll resto.